No chair, so. Hey folks, what's going on? Coach Gav here from Conversion to Fitness, coming to you with Coach Gav Live, episode 24. So at our Coach's Corner today, which is literally just the whiteboard in my office, but like everything needs a cool name these days. So as the title above says, I'm literally going to tell you and show you how you can drink some wine, drink some beer, have some chocolate or crisps or kind of chips and things like that, and still go and lose body fat. You just need to know your numbers, and that's kind of the key to success in a lot of areas in life, is knowing our numbers, knowing how much we need to save to, or how much we can take from our wages to save towards that holiday or that car or that piece of jewelry, or to bring someone on a date or a piece of clothing, whatever it is. It's knowing how much kind of you need to know for your bills, how many training sessions you need to do when you're training, how much weight you need to be lifting, how many reps you need to be doing it for, how many sets. When it comes to your nutrition, knowing how much protein, fats, carbs, greens you need to have, and how much of each thing. So knowing your numbers in life is a really beneficial thing to do with it as well. Just a heads up, I'm on the other end of the camera today, so I can't actually see any comments that are coming through until afterwards. So we get straight into it here, okay? The example here, I've just taken a flat number of 2,000, okay? You need to go and get your weight and then multiply that out to get your actual formula here done as well. But just for the simplicity of the whole thing here, let's say someone's daily calorie target is 2,000, okay? And you're trying to lose weight. So depending on your goal, your makeup is different. And before I get into this, let me stress, we do need nutrient-rich foods, nutrient-rich meals, and nutrient-rich lifestyle. So that means you're getting a balance of your proteins, your good fats, a little bit of carbohydrates, all your veggies, your vitamins and minerals, and all those micronutrients then as well, okay? Because all those wonderful little things, when we eat them, they do this magical job in our body of helping our organs and our body function to its optimal level. And then funnily enough, when we look after our body and our body works at its optimal level, good shit such as, you know, better memory, looking better, breaking down and processing foods a lot better, being stronger, sleeping better, dealing with anxiety better, they all kind of have a knock-on effect. So at the absolute basic or the basic minimal needs is to hit nutrient targets as you go along then as well. But for simplicity's sake, here's where we're gonna go. And before we get into it, this shit works, okay? Because you saw the video from 2 days ago about a couple of the girls who are down like 3.5 stone in kind of just over a year and just over 10 months. A few of the guys and then are down kind of 8 pounds, 11 pounds after the first kind of couple of weeks or months. Now, you know, those things are kind of, you know, you see the difference where some results happen on the front end, where very quickly the results come along, then we hit a plateau, then we get results again. Other results are more that kind of that steady chop, accumulate and collect as you go along. But anyways, 2,000 calories a day. So break it down to 10%, that means 200, okay? So 40% need to come, 40% of your daily intake has to come from protein-based foods. Beef, red meats, turkey, chicken, poultry, eggs, fish, peas, beans, lentils have some protein in them then as well, okay? That works out about 800 calories, all right? Next up then, fats. 30% has to come from fats. That's 600 calories to come from, say, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, full fat butter, full fat milk, cheeses, things like that then as well, all right? Lastly, the remaining 30% can come from carbohydrates. Carbohydrates fall into two main categories, our starchy stuff and our sweet stuff then as well. This is where the wine, beer, chocolate, crisps all come into play. This 30% is 600 calories. So I'm telling you, here's your budget for today. There's 600 calories for carbohydrates. Go spend them however the fuck you want, okay? You can go and spend the 600 calories on dairy milk chocolate. It's not the best decision in the world because it's not got a lot of nutrients, but it's still under budget. So once we meet all these needs consistently over time, you know, bada boom, weight loss fat loss happens, okay? Now, I build in, or inbuilt, it's inbuilt, I build in. Yeah, I've built in wiggle room, that flexibility from a few earlier episodes. You see how all these episodes kind of link together eventually. Building in a kind of a 10% budget. So 10% of your daily intake could come from sweet things if you wished. Okay? So for this person, that's not a million miles away from my daily intake. So let's say this is me. I could have 200 calories of chocolate or jellies or crisps or beer or wine or whatever every day, and still fit into my calorie target, my calorie profile, okay? The problem for so many of us is, or the problems for so many of us is, we completely miss this. Like, we undershoot this by a country mile, and we overshoot this by another country mile. So it's getting everything in the right ratio, and these are on the board for that reason. Build your meals based off of protein, then off of fat, then off of carbohydrate. Water and veggies, go for it. For every 25 kilos you weigh, at least 1 litre of water, and then at least 500 grams of mixed veg a day, okay? They're your base targets, alright? So again, now let's say, you know, I don't fancy anything sweet today, but I really want some extra rice or baby potatoes or things like that as well. I take the 200 that I had put aside in my budget for sweet stuff or beer or alcohol or wine or whatever, and I just add it back in here to the starches. So starchy carbohydrates are your breads, your pastas, crackers, Ryvita breads, cereals, rice, you know, whole grain, refined, whatever, sugar, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, sugar is obviously the sweet one, into the starch category here. So once you meet all these targets, we're good to go. There's not really, and when you stick with this at enough time, and you train hard enough, consistent enough, you tick all the right boxes, you look after your sleep. When you put the pieces of the jigsaw together, you know, there we go. Now we're talking. All of a sudden then, you're not listening to stories and videos about people who, I wonder, am I even in the fucking shot? You're not listening to stories and videos about other people losing half a stone, 2 stone, 3 stone. You're the person that's being spoken about in those videos. You're not listening to people succeeding on the Biggest Loser program here. You're one of the people living it, succeeding it. You're one of the people, along with the rest of us here, getting ready for kind of the Christmas night out that we're going to have. We're getting ready for the end of the year. We're getting ready for 2018. You know, you become one of the ones that's being spoken about, as opposed to the one listening to the story then as well. Alright? That's as basic as it gets. It will mean you have to keep track of stuff. But surely to God, that's a very small price you're willing to pay. You know, jot down in your diary, you know. And the beauty is, a lot of foods nowadays, a lot of foods and drinks, they all are legally required to come with the calorie information on them. Now, we're talking about counting the calories here. You know, there's different ways we can skin the cat on this in terms of kind of losing fat, building muscle, and improving your health. You know, we can absolutely go down the whole, like, you know, you can count the physical amount of food you have. So, right, I don't want to get too sciencey here, but like 100 grams of chicken is not 100 grams of protein. Okay? 100 grams of chicken is about 25 grams of protein. So what we could do is we could take this information, we have another formula, hold on, where is it? It's actually the fucking board I'm using there now. I'll show you that in the next video, okay? Where you see where you can go one step further and divide out some more numbers and get the physical amount. So you can weigh out your foods and you know about it. It doesn't really matter if you're counting calories, if you're counting grams, if you're counting, calories or grams are the main thing you have to count. Please, Jesus, for the love of your health, put a bit of effort into doing this. Count calories or count grams. Stop counting, I'm going to go over it. Stop counting sins, stop counting, like, do you realize the effort it takes to calculate out how many sins are in something? You literally have to get this information first before you can get the next information. Now look, I'm not a fan of any weight management group, period. Okay? I think they're more negative than positive. Do they help change lives? Yes. For some people, they're exactly what they need. But do they help solve the bigger problem? No, they don't, okay? But look, that's a different day's discussion altogether. And I don't really care if you agree or don't agree, that's my stance, and nothing you can say is ever going to change it. If you're going to one of these groups already and it's working, more fucking power to you. I'm delighted for you then as well. but this is our way, this is the way that works, okay? If you're going to come here, if you're going to kind of learn from us, if you're going to be a part of the system, if you're going to benefit from it then as well, this is the way it's got to go, because it's like taking the stabilizers off your bike. You're free and independent, and any success you have is down to you and your effort. It's not down to this interfering factor or the supportive factor beside it as well. But it takes so little effort to literally go and just go, perfect. Let's say you're going to go have rashers at lunch. Take out the rashers. It says on the packet, on the front of the packet, it gives you the information you need. Same on a beer. Like I mean, I was looking at one of the beers I had the other day. It's like 250 calories. So that would mean for me to have that beer and still be a part of my plan, I'd have to take 50 calories from my starches and bring it down here. And this is the next part of where we're going. What do I do, Gav, if I overindulge? What do I do if I go to the cinema and I have my Ben & Jerry's or whatever? Well, that's a good question. It just means you need to cut back on this. So let's say I go and have 500 calories from Ben & Jerry's, which is very easy to do, might I add. It just means I only have 100 grams to work from the starches. You know, okay, yes, in theory you could go say, well, tomorrow I'll do this. But what if you don't live to tomorrow? Okay? So, and that's where the balance comes. You know, I'm sure especially for all our Irish people watching this, because I know we have international viewers. For our Irish people watching, you always get the one, don't spend that all in one shop. When you get money from your grandparents or your parents or your aunties and uncles, like when you go to visit, don't spend it all in one shop. Same thing, don't spend it all in one shop. But if you do go and overspend in one shop, and our shops in this instance being proteins, fats and carbs, if you do overspend, it just means it has to come out of somewhere else. If you've spent your money in one shop, you can't go and spend it in a second shop. Unless you're a politician and a banker or those kind of things, they seem to spend whatever the fuck they want. But anyways, so like I said, if you overindulge on starchy stuff, then it has to come out of your sweet stuff. You got to balance the books as you go along. Alright? So, if you have any questions, let me just check to make sure if we do have any questions or stuff. Oh, Kyle's in. Oh, Chris, what's going on, Chris? Hi. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So where you can still go and tick all these boxes and you add all these pieces up over time. It seems very straightforward because the approach is very straightforward. This is literally it on the fucking board. All you need to do is figure out what this number is for you. And then you go and work it out. And the same if you're going to flip it the other way and you're trying to gain weight. The formula changes a little, or the percentages change. You go, Jesus Christ, 30, 40, protein, fat, carbohydrates. That's the way you split it if you're trying to put on weight. But again, not only do you have to make sure you hit that number and hit these percentages, you have to do so by getting it from the best sources of food possible. And that's literally, it's this straightforward. I cannot stress it enough. Meet your daily calorie target. Meet your certain percentages of your macronutrients. Make sure you get a wide enough variety of micronutrients. Be consistent as fuck. Reap all the results you ever want and the ones you never thought humanly possible. Really can't say it any clearer than that. Bang, bang, bang. Find out what this number is for you personally, okay? Depending on what your goal is, depending on where you're currently starting, all right? Then break down your calories into percentages. Then find out how much you can have. Of course, the goal is great to go and eat as much food as you want, like volume-wise. Like if any of you follow Nuge, Emma Nugent or Emma NPT, Nuge on Facebook or Instagram, look at the volume of food that girl eats. And then go and look at how lean and athletic she is, alright? It's absolutely astounding, okay? And I've seen her firsthand. Nuge trained with us here for about a year and a bit, alright? She pops in from time to time. But like, look at the volume of food she gets in. Like, it's a ridiculous amount of food. She's built like a fucking greyhound, like. And that's in the most complimentary manner possible, Nuge, alright? But again, a huge volume of food, but it all fits her percentages, okay? Simple as that. Episode 24 in the books. I will see you from the other side of the camera, probably in episode 25. Take it easy, guys. God bless. See you later.